He is at one with reality. This is reality. It's a fact that you have no power. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Which is why the Imam comes to insan and says, تَحْسَبُ أَنَّكَ جُرْمٌ صَغِيرٌ وَفِيكَ انْطَوَى الْعَالَمُ الْأَكْبَرُ. Do you see yourself as but a small tiny entity, yet within you all the worlds reside? Within you is encapsulated the entire universe. Yes, indeed, it is true. Within you is encapsulated the entire universe, because Allah can give it all to you if you were to allow that light to glow inside. This is the secret. Tawheed is Imam Ali's secret. He begins from Tawheed. Allah is all. Because he makes himself absolutely weak, absolute poverty to Allah, he becomes absolute potential to receive all that Allah has to give. And Allah will never hold back. Allah never holds back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives everything. He gives His might, His knowledge, His strength to His servant. He says it himself in Hadith Qudsi, when my servant comes close to me with the recommended acts, I become the eyes with which he sees, the hand with which he strikes, the feet with which he walks. He says it himself. Imam Ali alayhi salam, the mystic, gave everything of himself to God, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed the Imam to receive his names. And you see this throughout the Imam's life. Everything began with Tawheed and ended with Tawheed. The Imam didn't even see himself. Imam Ali did not look upon Ali. Imam Ali only looked upon Allah. That's why there's a humorous story, a beautiful story, hadith of when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had gathered his companions and he had said that he had brought two camels, two very special camels. And he had said, which of you can pray a 2 rak'ah prayer? I pose a challenge. Pray a 2 rak'ah prayer without thinking for even a moment of any worldly thoughts, without being distracted, even for a fraction of a moment. No one accepted the challenge except Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. He stood, he began his 2 rak'ah prayer. When he finished the prayer, Jibreel descended onto Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends His salam to you. And He says, give one of the camels to Ali. And Rasulullah said to Jibreel, but when Ali was doing his tashahhud, he was thinking which camel to choose. Is that not a worldly thought? And Jibreel said, it is true. Ali was thinking which camel to choose, only because he wanted the fatter one, so that he could slaughter it and give it to charity to feed the poor in the way of Allah. As Rasulullah looked at Jibreel saying this to him, tears began to stroll down his face. He looked at his cousin Amir al-Mu'mineen, his brother, and he said, Ya Ali, both camels are yours. And Imam Ali slaughtered both camels and gave both of them in the way of Allah to charity. Do you see? His worldview was completely encompassed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.